if anybody know about business, you don't keep that type of money in just regular account. So I had to wire the money from somewhere. Okay. So I wired the money to the account, and when I wired it to the account, I went straight to the bank. I go to the bank myself to make sure shit get done. Because the thing is this, I can't make all the money unless somebody else do all the dictating and do all the controlling.
He don't need any money.
He spends so much money.
Yeah, but he don't need any.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Floyd good.
I bet if he's planning for the future, you got to keep it coming in if you're going to keep spending the way he spends.
Yeah, but I think he has a lot of other business interests
that you are bankrupt. How do you respond to that? I don't think you have publicly responded yet.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I mean, if we call having 2 private jets, owning 100 buildings, being able to do what you want to do, if that's bankrupt, then I'm pretty sure everybody want to live like that.
Floyd Mayweather speaks openly on Joe Rogan's podcast about claims of losing $1.1 billion. He insists he still owns a private jet and hundreds of properties, saying if that's considered broke, then everyone would want to be broke.
Talk about the Business Insider article that ran.
Yes.
We debunked this reporting, but the gist of it was that Dan Geiger, the BI reporter, said that you didn't do the $400 million Black Spruce deal. Mm-hmm. And you sued BI and Geiger for defamation recently. You said that Geiger harassed you and your family through hundreds of phone calls, and you also said his reporting was racially biased. What do you hope to get out of suing Geiger? Why did you do that?
Well, I leave that to the judge. I leave that to the lawyers. I just want the people to know. I'm 48 years old. I know you guys want to talk about real estate. Only thing I'm doing is answer the question.
That is a real estate question.
Okay, so out of 48 years, I'm 48 years old, and I've never sued a media outlet. The media outlet throughout my life has bashed me, talked bad about me, spoke bad about my family. I'm not a liar. I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a liar. I worked hard to build my name, to build my reputation, and I'm not gonna let anyone go out there and smear my name and talk bad about me, talk bad about my family, or talk bad about my companies.
Joe Rogan responds by pointing out that Floyd's spending habits may be the real issue, buying million-dollar watches, luxury items, and living excessively beyond necessity.
He needs that money. That money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's not that expensive, though, but...
He's only 46. But he does this with everything, man. He's got million-dollar watches.
I don't think he buys every pair.
You think they give them to him?
Yeah, because then you get a video like that.
Right. That's smart.
And then you get Floyd's Air Force Ones given away for charity.
Meanwhile, a viral post on X has gained millions of views, claiming Mayweather went bankrupt after earning up to $2 billion. Analyst Akos Gupta highlights Floyd's extremely lavish lifestyle, never repeating outfits, spending heavily on luxury dining, owning multiple private jets, high-end cars, and diamond-covered items. Reports also mention gambling losses, tax demands, and legal issues, painting a complex financial picture behind the scenes.
To invest in a brand new cash counting machine specifically for Floyd. The one we had, it was just not that great, so we spent a little more money and got the best one, and it's really...
Floyd defends himself, saying it's his life and his money. He believes much of the criticism comes from jealousy and insists he has no regrets about how he lived.
I'm pretty sure I'd be upset too if I was somebody else. I'd be mad at Mayweather too. How 29 years or 30 years you keep getting money like this? I'd be mad too. I'd be hating on Mayweather too. Continue to hate. People only talk about winners. I'm a winner, so continue to talk. Keep your bread fresh. Put it in the bag. Want me the bread, man. Tip money. Throw it in here too. Throw it in the Floyd bag. See, I'm born in crocodile phones, Himalayan phones, crocodile bags.
Wade Plemons reacts to Logan Paul's claim that Floyd still owes him $1.5 million from their exhibition fight, adding more fuel to ongoing financial disputes.
He's still waiting on the 1.5 from Floyd Mayweather. He made this video simultaneously with the beef with Le'Veon, and I don't know, maybe it's coincidence, maybe it isn't.
Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao 2. The fight nobody asked for except me. I need this because if Floyd wins, he can finally pay me my 1.5 million. I don't care about the legacy fight. I don't care that these men have a combined age of 100 years. I care that Floyd Mayweather, the best boxer alive, uses those same hands that made him 100 million to Venmo me my money. And Floyd, if you're watching this, win it and pay me back, or I'm gonna send my goons after you. Gotcha. Hey.
I really don't know why I watched that. Yeah, listen, dude. Logan is, again, functionally a coward for not doing this. I was really excited for it, too. I couldn't wait. That was about to be content, son. But, I mean, okay, yes, I understand if he is under WWE contract, they're not going to allow him to do certain...
Reports suggest Floyd may be facing financial pressure, with some analysts pointing to management decisions as a contributing factor. His extravagant lifestyle combined with complex business dealings may have intensified these challenges.
19 million of the money was lost. So to lose 19 of 20 million, I mean, what, did you go to the casino over and over? Like, you know. So Rechnitz, now mind you, this is Floyd's new buddy, his new financial advisor. Rechnitz became what prosecutors called, quote, one of the single most important and prolific white-collar cooperating witnesses in the recent history of the Southern District of New York, testifying in multiple federal corruption trials. He claimed to have weekly phone conversations with Mayor de Blasio on his personal cell phone in exchange for campaign contributions. De Blasio, of course, was never charged. Now in court, Rechnitz paints himself as a changed man. While living in New York, I felt pressure to become a big shot, he told the judge. Sound familiar?
One controversial figure mentioned in discussions is Jonah Rechnitz, whose legal history and connections highlight how complicated financial networks and influence can become. Observers compare such situations to the pressures surrounding high-profile athletes like Mayweather.
5 months in prison, 5 months house arrest, but he's yet to serve any time. He got sentenced to 10 months in 2019. Five months in prison, 5 months and house arrest, but he's yet to serve any time. His sentencing has been repeatedly delayed and reassigned to different judges. But he remains free nearly 9 years after pleading guilty. So he's been out of jail for 9 years. The guy hasn't even done his 5 months. So he's got his hand in the corruption cookie jar still, it seems like. After the scandal, he moved back to LA, where he's from, and became a jeweler. He launched Jadel Jewelry and Diamonds, leveraging connections to celebrities like Kim Kardashian, Shaq, and...
Teddy Atlas notes a major shift in public perception. Fans who once celebrated Mayweather's success are now criticizing and even mocking him. It's a reminder of how quickly public opinion can change in sports and fame.
Yeah, like you said, he was Mayweather, Money Mayweather, and now he's suing because he went through his money, he blew his money, whatever. Look, I don't know what the truth is fully in there. I know Steven Espinoza was named. He ran Showtime at the time. He was named him. I never was a fan of Espinoza. Again, I'm not afraid to say and not mince my words when I feel a certain way. And I've taken arrows for it, and of course I've also taken some praise for it. That people say, hey, Teddy's going to say what he feels. I was never a fan of him. I never thought he was a man that kept his word. I never thought he really did a great job over at Showtime. I mean, they put some good fights on because the fights were available, because the landscape...
An economic expert breaks down Floyd's financial structure, explaining how his earnings were tied to complex deals. Al Heyman helped secure a massive multi-fight contract, giving Floyd control over opponents and revenue streams, something rare in boxing history.
They get that 6-fight, $250 million contract, but what was unheard of about it, Mayweather got to pick his own opponents and still get paid. Mayweather the persona he cultivated, whether you like it or not, is sold tickets. He was a big draw. He was the top earning athlete 2012 to 2014. Mayweather did his thing for sure. But in this lawsuit, it is alleged that while Mayweather was paid several $100 million through his different associated, those 6 fights with Showtime, and then he did, after that, he did the Pacquiao, for which he received a $100 million check, but he was supposed to get $200 million. He got a $100 million check, but he was supposed to get. So it's easy to get blinded, like, it's a lot of money, but if you're supposed to get more.
In major fights like the one against Manny Pacquiao, reports suggest Floyd may not have received the full expected payout. When dealing with hundreds of millions, even small discrepancies can create major financial consequences over time.
Fought Conor McGregor, huge. He fought Pacquiao. So now he's talking about fighting Mike Tyson. He does seem to be having money problems. And I don't care how many goddamn watches he bought, the amount of money he made boxing, unless he's been getting swindled on the business end. Once you start getting into having hundreds of millions of dollars, you're getting $10, $15 million a year or 20, 30, $40 million a year in interest. Right? If you're just in the stock market is like doubled in the last 4 years, right? I mean, so anyway, so Al Heyman is this. He's not like a Don King. He doesn't have that reputation. He has this, that he's a brilliant businessman. He stays totally in his...
Analysts reveal that Floyd has taken legal action against former business partners, aiming to recover money he believes is owed. Despite earning over $1 billion, spending habits, taxes, and disputes have created serious behind-the-scenes challenges.
According to TMZ, let's get to the TMZ. Floyd Mayweather sues Showtime, saying, "I'm missing hundreds of millions of dollars." Floyd Mayweather Jr. says he made over $1 billion in earnings over his legendary career, but the 50-0 fighter claims all the money didn't make it to his bank account. He is now suing Showtime, claiming they played a big role in his ex-manager screwing him out of hundreds of millions of dollars. In the lawsuit filed by Floyd in California and obtained by TMZ Sports, Mayweather says he's gunning to recover hundreds of millions of dollars in the misappropriated funds and damages resulting from long-running and elaborate financial fraud.
Floyd's lifestyle included luxury cars, private jets, expensive jewelry, and extravagant events. Gambling losses and unpaid taxes added further pressure, pushing him toward legal efforts to protect his finances and reputation.
Those parties to see whether or not this is something that Floyd should have known about or did know about or maybe did not understand, because it seems very, very funny that Floyd would not know that the money was getting paid to Al Heyman and not directly to him. Regardless, I don't know the outcome of that. I will talk about this though. The absolute blatant karma up in Floyd Mayweather's face for all the smack he talked about Muhammad Ali and how Muhammad Ali's name was only worth $50 million and he sold half of his name for $50 million and how he's made so much more money and that makes him all of that. Talked about how Muhammad Ali, I'm sure, or I don't know if he did, but I'd heard, talked about Floyd. Yeah, he did, because he talked about his money and how he had to sell his name because he did.
Throughout his career, Floyd built an image of extreme wealth and success. From massive car collections to high-end gadgets and luxury living, he symbolized financial dominance. But behind that image lies a far more complicated reality.
We are going to go through in this video. Now, I've been covering boxing for double-digit years. Allow me to take you through it. A simple Google search shows Floyd Mayweather. You type in his name, you're going to see some fight photos and whatnot. But the top stories, and there's multiple stories, and we're going to take a look at some of them. But as mentioned, Business Insider is now reporting what you see on the screen, that Floyd Mayweather is being accused in lawsuits of owing millions of dollars for luxury watches, gold, and rent on palatial apartment, right? The bullet points. Floyd was sued for allegedly failing to pay rent on a luxurious duplex in...
Despite earning over $1 billion, Mayweather's story is now seen by some as a cautionary tale. Heavy spending, financial mismanagement, and legal challenges show how even the richest athletes can face serious difficulties. It highlights a powerful lesson. Wealth alone doesn't guarantee long-term stability.
Some represents the $500K, $500,000 in arrears plus late fees minus a deposit that Mayweather paid at the start of the lease and the $100,000 catch-up payment. So they deducted what he did submit when he was made aware of this, the $100K, and I guess a deposit. So the remaining balance is that. An attorney for Mayweather did not provide a comment by deadline. He has not responded to the lawsuit in court. In a separate legal matter, so we've already went over one with this luxury condo in Manhattan, right? But a separate legal matter, a Miami jeweler sued Floyd Mayweather last month, alleging the boxer owes more than $1 million for jewelry that he took but never...
Like, comment, and channel subscribe, please.